everyone, this is Janet Wakeland with Remarkably Created, and in tonight's Facebook Live I have 3 projects for you that use 6x6 paper. Whether it's cardstock or designer paper, all are going to work for you. Easter is just around the corner, and I don't know about you, but the older I get, the quicker holidays and special events sneak up on me. There's a saying that says, if you want something done, give it to a busy person. And as we're kind of more relaxed and retired and enjoying life a little differently, things definitely do sneak up faster. And so whether you're just really, really busy or things are sneaking up on you like they are on me, these 3 projects tonight are great last minute ideas for Easter. But actually 2 of them could be used way beyond Easter, whether it's last minute birthdays, last minute showers, last minute, party favors, you name it. So before we go any further, I have a free pack of 6x6 designer series paper that I will gift to one of you. And if you stick around to the end, I'll tell you how you can win this. But let's just jump right in. I have just picked an assortment of different types of brown designer papers. I have a lot of those, but also cardstock would work as well. I have an assortment of kind of oranges and pinks, and so I've got some of those designer papers. I have an assortment of greens, and then I have a whole bunch of different pastels. Excuse me for that, guys. And we spent the afternoon out on the water, and there's just this weird pollen this time of the year. I've never had allergies in my life, but down here in Louisiana, there's this weird yellow pollen that comes off of the pine trees that just does something to me. So I'm sorry if I sniffle a little bit and I sound a little congested, but that was just a little bit of time. So the 3 projects that we're looking at is this sweet little basket, this really cute little kind of carrot-shaped cone, and then we have this fun sour cream container. So let's start first with this sweet little basket. And with your designer paper, you have a couple of choices if you're working with designer paper. If you're working with Stampin' Up's cardstock, it's the same on both sides. It doesn't matter, and it's a little sturdier. If you're working with designer paper, and for example, inside the basket, maybe you don't want this print to show, or you want something a little sturdier. What I did to create mine was I took 2 pieces that were exactly the same, and I'm just going to kind of coat it a little bit with adhesive, really making sure I get the ends. And I just put 2 pieces together to make it a little sturdier, okay? So now I have the same inside my basket as outside my basket. So this is our first 6x6 piece. And again, I know some of you are simply just using a scrap piece of cardstock or paper. So again, your first dimension is 6x6. Then what you want to do is with your scoring tool of any type, you want to score it at 2 inches and 4 inches. So 2 inches and 4 inches. So basically 2, 4, 6, okay? You're going to turn it a quarter turn, and you're going to do the same thing. 2 inches and 4 inches. So what you end up with are 9 squares that are each 2 by 2 on your 6x6 piece of paper. So either with your trimmer or with a pair of scissors, you're going to come in and cut to that first score line. You're going to flip it the whole way around and do it on the opposite side. Okay? You're not going to cut in like this because you would cut these corners out. And then what I usually like to do is just to reinforce my crease lines with my bone folder. It just helps everything go together a little easier. So we're just going to reinforce those crease lines here for just a second. And again, it just makes it look a little more finished We've got one more if we fold up that way in this corner, one way if we fold up in this corner. So you've got your 6 by 6 piece of paper. I'm making a basket, which is why I chose browns. I'm kind of a traditionalist, but your basket could be white, vanilla, yellow, could be pink, blue, whatever your heart desires for your basket, which is why I showed you some of the browns in the very, very beginning, okay? They would all make really cute baskets. And the other thing that you could do is use any of our shades of brown cardstock. You could also up the game by embossing them with the timber folder, stamping them with the textured timber stamp. I happen to have some of this Meadows designer paper that has the kind of wood grain built in. So 6 2x2 squares. So now what you're going to do is the center square goes to the inside and the outer square comes together just like this. And I'm going to put just a little bit of adhesive, and I always cross mine. Can you see that? There's a little triangle down here and just a tiny little cross up here. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of adhesive on this part and on the top part of this. And notice I'm not necessarily worrying about a whole lot of adhesive at this moment. So we've just crisscrossed those edges. We're going to do the same thing on this side. And there's a reason why I'm not worrying about a whole lot of adhesive at the moment. You'll see that in just a second. But just enough to kind of hold them in place. Now, if you're not going to do the next steps that I give you, then you definitely want a good bit of adhesive to hold your basket just like that. And it could end just like that. I have a piece of cardstock that is 8.5 inches by 1 inch wide. It doesn't need to be this long, but for me, not wanting a lot of scraps around, cutting it 8.5 inches by 1 inch means that I have relatively few scraps. So if I fold this over, it goes all the way to the bottom of the basket. And now I need to adhere this piece to my cardstock. My favorite way is to simply kind of bring in a stapler because it's quick and easy. And all 3 of the projects that I'm going to show you, or I am showing you, are easily done with your children or your grandkids, nieces and nephews, getting them involved in making some fun favors for Easter, some place settings for Easter, some small little gifts to give for Easter. So a stapler would work. In addition, you could put a brad through here if you wanted to. You could punch holes and tie a bow through here however you wanted it to do. But look how quick and that easy. You have a sweet basket. Of course, you're going to want to put some little fluff inside of it. I'm a big fan of paper fluff. I've stopped using the plastic fake Easter grass because of the fact that it is plastic and it really doesn't dispose of well. So I use paper, and you'll see in a minute how I actually also use designer paper. In this case, we simply added a bow and a bunny to this, but really, really quick and easy. You have a sweet basket that you're going to be able to add whatever types of treats you want to for the person that you want to give a little Easter gift to, or you want to maybe put a party favor at your place setting. So real quick and easy basket, guys, a lot of fun. These also are great for wedding favors, if you're doing little favors at tables for special anniversaries or baby showers. Again, this little basket is a very versatile idea for you. So then the next one is this fun little carrot. And with this one, I just chose to use some designer paper that is our monochromatic paper that has a contrasting print, okay? So this is actually just a lot of basic folding, and it goes together very easily, and we're gonna use our tear and tape. So what you wanna do is you want to take this corner to corner and give it a nice crease with your bone folder. You're going to open it up. You're going to take the point and you're going to bring it to the center so that the whole line comes down on that crease. If you've ever made a kite in school, this is how you would have made that kite. You're going to repeat it on the other side. You're going to lay it over. You've got that point, so see how it looks like a kite? This flap, just fold back to where this fold ends here and give it that nice crease, okay? So you've got that shape so far. So what we had was we had a 6x6 piece of paper. We folded just in half. We brought the two outside edges into the center. We flipped it over and folded this piece down. As you can see, the only hard part about this, if you're working with double-sided paper, is what you want for that contrasting flap versus, you know, what you want. Let's do it this way for just a second. So what you want your carrot to look like, basically. Okay, so there's no right or wrong way. It's a personal choice. If you're doing this with Stampin' Up's cardstock, it will just be solid orange, and that won't be an issue for you. So we're going to take one of these two edges, and we're going to take our tear and tape. Tear and tape, as well as, I'm going to go all the way down and I'll give you a trick with tear and tape. Tear and tape, as well as Seal Plus, are really, really sturdy adhesives. In addition, tear and tape is a great adhesive. Again, I mentioned with the first project that all three projects of these are great to do if you're a parent with small children, young children, teens. If you're a grandparent wanting a fun little activity for Easter with the grandkids, all of these would work great. So tear and tape is a really good adhesive. They're not going to be left with anything all over their fingers. So I came down here and I told you about this point. Leave that there for a second. Pull off the backing on the tear and tape. Of course, now my fingers are going to not work with me. Sorry about that. We're going to pull that off. This little bit that was kind of extra over there is just fold it in. Okay, don't waste any good adhesive. And now if you grab these and kind of put your hands in, you're going to be able, with this crease that was made in the front, bring these over top of each other, bring this the whole way over. And your bone folder is great for getting in there and pressing that into the adhesive. And so now you've got that really fun carrot-shaped box that you're going to be able to put some goodies in. But before putting some goodies in, find any like scrap papers that you have that are green. In this case, I just took a whole bunch and trimmed them to 1 1/8. And now I can just create my own really easy. And I found 1 1/8 is a really good size. And I'm just going to kind of crunch them all up in my hand. If you're working with cardstock, misting them with a little water gives them a little bit more pliability. But now I can just have my own little filling that I've created that looks like your little grass that pops up. And what's nice is then you can go ahead and fill it with your candy or treats. But what I really like about this basket and the way that I've used it in the past with my own family is as a silverware holder on the plates at Easter dinner. And so you're going to be able to put 3 pieces or 4 pieces of silverware easily into that, even with your fun little filler. And this can lay across the plate just as a fun little dress me up. You don't need to actually add any more to it other than that. But there's a challenge at the end that involves that free pack of paper. So stay tuned for just one more project. But real simple. This is the only one that is real specifically kind of carrot oriented, but it also just looks like a fun cone. As a child growing up in Germany, there was a really fun holiday called Fasching, and all of the school-age kids got these amazing cones filled with all kinds of treats during Fasching. And so this cone could also be any other kind of treat that you wanted it to be. For me, really, the only thing that makes it a carrot is the color orange, okay? So again, really, really nice, fun, and easy project that doesn't require any measuring or anything like that with your 6x6 and then your own little grass. So then our last project that we're going to do is something called a sour cream container. And I will be honest, I've been a demonstrator for almost 28 years. We've been making these for quite a long time, and I've always heard them called that. But I had never ever seen a sour cream container shaped like this until about a year ago. And I actually was in a restaurant that had sour cream on the table in containers just like this. So if you've ever actually seen a sour cream container shaped like this, give me a little smile or a heart or tell me about your experience with that. So again, I'm going to work with a 6x6 piece of paper. I wanted to give you 3 projects that all work with 6x6 paper because that means that you're going to get 4 cuts or 4 projects from 12x12. And if you're a good crafter, which I know all of you are, I know that you have 12x12 paper around that you've been hoarding and you just are waiting for ideas for using it. So we're going to go back to that tear and tape again because it's very quick and easy to use and it really does have a grip. So we're going to put tear and tape. It doesn't matter what side, guys. Okay, this is a square. Pick a side. So tear and tape. Now you're going to flip that over. Now remember, your tear and tape is here, okay? So if your tear and tape is here, then you want to go top and bottom, okay? So we're going to put our tear and tape here and at the bottom. And just like with our carrot, you'll see in just a minute, the hard part about this is remembering to put your adhesive on the side that you want to be the finished side, if that makes sense. The side that has the tape top and bottom, this would be the inside of your sour cream. The side that has the adhesive on one side, this is the front. This is the outside of your packaging. So adhesive here, outside. 2 pieces of adhesive inside, okay? So we're gonna start first by tearing off the backing from this side. And what we're going to do, and this is how I do it. I know there may be many other ways, but this is what I have found that works for me to get it together. So what we're doing is we're just creating a tube, okay? Woo! So you've got that tube. Now on the inside, you're going to find that yes, a piece of your adhesive is tucked under. Remember, this is tear and tape, so don't worry about that piece that's underneath. You're going to grab this piece, whether it's top or bottom, it doesn't matter, it's the same. Just one end, grab your piece, and you're going to squeeze it. And give it a little brush. If you have one of the corrugating tools, another way to really embed that adhesive is with something called a corrugating tool. Now this side is open, so before you do anything else, go ahead and fill it with your goodies. By using a 6x6, you're going to be able to get a little larger size treats inside of the box. Maybe even some little scrunchies or a little Matchbox car might go down inside of that. Of course, you know, lots of little coins or cash would work as well. So this one we did this way. After you fill it with treats, the next one's going to go the opposite way from your tube. And so now we're going to just reach down inside and get that adhesive up and off. You might want to use your U-pick tool if you don't have great nails, or your scissors tips, but something to pull that adhesive off. And again, you're just going to tear it there. So this one went this direction, so this simply goes the opposite direction to give you that sour cream container, okay? And in this case, I just put a little banner and our bunny punch on mine, but I'm thinking that an entire basket full of these in pastels will be in my basket at the Easter parades on Sunday. We have 3 parades in the French Quarter on Sunday here in New Orleans, and so I think that I'm gonna put a little chocolates, and I know that the parades usually give you something, but I thought it would be fun to be the one on the sidelines giving them something. So I have to figure out what I want to put in them just yet. So my challenge to all of you and everyone watching this, whether you're watching it live or you are watching this via replay, go ahead and try one of these. It doesn't have to be all three of these, but pick a basket, a carrot, or a sour cream and create one and dress it up a little bit, okay? Make it a little fancier than mine are here. Make sure that you post by the end of the month. I know Easter is Sunday, but I'm going to give you until April 1st. So I know because of Easter, I want to make sure you get through Easter or whatever, but I'm going to give you till April 1st, and this is not an April Fool's joke. But go ahead on this video below as a comment, share your one of these three variations that you created using paper that you have at home. And then on April 3rd, I will announce a winner for a pack of 6x6 designer paper so that you can keep creating, more fun projects with 6x6 paper. So very simple, very easy project, guys. You saw how quickly they went together. Use your imagination. Baskets don't always have to look like wood or be brown. These don't have to be carrots. They could be just cone-shaped party favors. And sour cream party favors are always good for any little birthday bash, any other fun little party that you're having. They could have all kinds of little Sour Patch Kids, which are my favorite, or Swedish fish, or some little popcorn, or something else fun that's inside of them. But it's a great use with your 6x6 pieces. So thank you guys so much for that. And I will see you this time Thursday morning. I'm going to be switching up my 9 a.m. Facebook Lives with my 8 p.m. Facebook Lives just to hit some of you a little differently. I know that some of you are available during the daytimes and some of you are available in the evenings. And I do know that many of you prefer to catch this live versus watching it on replay. So we'll be mixing them up just a little bit. But I have some fun planned for you on Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time. So thank you guys so much for this. And I look forward to sharing some more and then reading through all of your comments and responding to the things that you guys have shared. Have a remarkable week, guys.